Well, good morning and welcome, everyone. I am going to release the floor to Mrs. Manisha Mishra, who's the Alabama Possible's Deputy Director, and she'd like to bring greetings.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Yoruba. As Yoruba mentioned, I am the Deputy Director of Alabama Possible, and I would like to welcome all of you to this webinar, and thank you for spending an hour on Wednesday morning with us. As all of you know, FAFSA does not open till December 2023, and we still don't have a date, but once we have that, we'll share with all of you. But in the meantime, there are a lot of things that we can do. One is create FSA IDs for students and families. And the second is making sure students apply for colleges during the Alabama College Application Campaign Week, which is applications are free. So, and this webinar will be giving you more details about that. So I will now hand it back to Yoruba after welcoming all of you. So welcome.
All right, thank you, Manisha. Now we're going to go ahead and get started. Today, we will be discussing the Alabama College Application Campaign, a component of Alabama Goes to College. We are excited to welcome Dr. Monica Matt as a co-presenter on this very important campaign. If you haven't previously spoken with me, either verbally or electronically, I am Yoruba Butler, and I serve as the Strategy Director for Post-Secondary Access at Alabama Possible. And I'll be presenting today with Dr. Matt. We'd like to recognize and thank our sponsors for supporting this work and making this webinar possible. Without their support, Alabama Possible would not be able to provide the assistance that we do without a participation fee. The Alabama Goes to College campaign works closely with several partners to implement the initiatives that we're going to discuss today. Thank you to our great partners, Alabama Commission on Higher Education, Alabama Community College System, Alabama State Department of Education, and Get Educated, the Common Black College application that helps promote applying and enrolling at 65 historically Black colleges and universities. We also have a few housekeeping notes. If you would please keep your microphone on mute at all times to avoid feedback during the presentation. Also, this webinar will be recorded and posted to youtube.com/Alabama Possible should you want to revisit any of the content. You can submit questions throughout the webinar using the chat feature. We will collect those questions and answer them towards the end of the presentation. In addition, we have poll questions throughout the webinar, which are designed to get your real-time feedback. You will need to participate in all the poll questions to receive your professional development credit. It is imperative that you stay through the end of the webinar because there will be poll questions at the very end. The questions are super quick and they won't take up much time. We hope this lessens the burden of having to complete a separate survey after the webinar. A few more things before we dive into the content. Please share your commitment to building a college-going culture on social media at AL Goes to College. And also please use the following hashtags so that we can see them and learn from other high schools and what you all are doing at this time. Our first raffle will be Why Apply Day, which will be this Friday. All right, our first poll question is, do you plan to include local partners in your Alabama College Application Campaign event? And May, if you could deploy those questions for us.
Okay, we have about 75% of folks who have submitted a response to our poll. And the most common response is, yes, I plan on inviting local partners soon. We are very happy to hear that. We know these partners are integral to the work that you do, and having some extra support on board during this very busy week is absolutely critical to making things go smoothly. So if you're working with local community-based organizations or your local colleges, we think that that will definitely set you up for success as we go into free application week, which we'll be discussing in great detail throughout the rest of the webinar. So like Yoruba mentioned, we'll have a few more poll questions like this at the end. So if you're wanting professional development credit, make sure you hang on until that point. But I'm going to go ahead and end this first poll now.
Thank you, May. If anyone has logged on a little bit late, we want to make sure you're able to register your school for the Alabama Goes to College campaign. High schools can sign up at alabamapossible.org/register 2023-24. We'll drop this link in the chat now. On the registration form, all schools are listed alphabetically. So there is a way for you to double check to see if your school is already listed. If it is, just know that we only need one submission per school. All right, let's look at the three components of Alabama Goes to College. The first is Cash for College. The Cash for College goal is for every graduating senior to complete their FAFSA, which is the free application for federal student aid, before they graduate from high school, so that they can access federal, state, and institutional aid to pay for their education after high school. Second is the Alabama College Application Campaign. The application campaign is part of the national effort to increase the number of first-generation college students and students from low-income families pursuing a college degree or other higher education credential. The primary purpose of this effort is to help high school seniors navigate the complex college application and admissions process, and to ensure that they apply to at least one post-secondary institution. Third is our College and Career Decision Day. College and Career Decision Day celebrates students committing to pursue their education post-high school, whether it be a 2-year degree, a 4-year degree, a certificate, or industry-recognized credential, entering the military, or pursuing a skilled trade. Now let's look at our learning objectives for today. The learning objectives that we'll be covering is we're going to describe the American College Application Campaign, explain the Alabama College Application Campaign, share information about why Apply Day activities, and define the Alabama College Application Campaign School of Excellence Award. Lastly, we'll also outline steps to host Alabama College Application Week. Now let's discuss why this matters. The state of Alabama has been charged and is being led by the Alabama Attainment Committee, a subcommittee of the Alabama Workforce Council, to develop a statewide goal of post-secondary attainment to ensure that Alabamians have access to in-demand career pathways leading to a valuable post-secondary degree, certificates, and credentials. The most recent data reviewed indicates that 45.7% of Alabamians in the state's workforce have earned a highly valued credential beyond a high school diploma. Based on the recommendations from this subcommittee, there has been a statewide post-secondary attainment goal of adding 500,000 highly skilled Alabamians to the workforce by 2025. Now I'd like to introduce Dr. Monica Page Matt currently serves as a counseling and guidance education specialist for the Instructional Services Division of Alabama State Department of Education. She has worked as a professional school counselor for over 20 years, serving students in elementary, middle, and high school levels. She received her doctorate in counselor education and supervision from Auburn University and is a licensed professional counselor and a national certified counselor. Dr. Mack is active in her professional organization and is a past president of the Alabama Council Association and the Alabama School Counselor Association. Dr. Mack, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you. Good morning. Okay, so this morning we want to talk a little bit about our American College Application Campaign as well as our state campaign. Our national campaign, and listed are a few components of that campaign, but the purpose of this campaign is to increase the number of students applying to college. Campaign resources are also available as well as training opportunities so that you can learn more about the campaign and also how to assist your students. Next slide. Our Alabama College Application Campaign, this is our 10th anniversary. This campaign was started by Dr. Willetta Connor, and many of you may be familiar with Dr. Connor. She also works here at the State Department. She started this campaign 10 years ago, so we are really excited that it has continued to grow, and we have continued to have more schools and more colleges and universities participating in this event. And our goals are also aligned with the national campaign. Why Apply Day will be held on Friday, September 22nd, 2023. And on this day, we encourage you to wear your college attire and share why you believe students should apply to college, or as educators, why you applied to college. So we want to really put forth effort on this event and share it with our students. And also be sure to share your photos with us so that we can share them with other counselors. And then also use the hashtag to promote your event on social media. Next slide. The School of Excellence Award is one that is set up by our national organization. And in Alabama, we also present this award to one counselor in the state, or one school in the state that has been committed to the process, going through our college application week, working with students on the FAFSA campaign, and also partnerships with their local community, colleges, universities. So last year, our state winner was BTW High School in Tuskegee. And another component that we also add to the eligibility process, we want to make sure that you have registered for the campaign, and also make sure that you have submitted your data to us for the campaign. So this year's campaign will be held October 16th through 20th. We are super excited. Like I said, this is the 10th year anniversary. We also have campaign items that we would like to share with you. Most of you have received the Google form to order your supplies. I will also add that link in the chat. Those that have ordered, I'll be sending out an email this week with locations where you can pick up your items. And we'll talk later about another conference that we're having, but I'll be in Montgomery, Birmingham, Huntsville, Troy, Auburn. So there will be multiple opportunities for you to pick up your items. And one of the things that I do ask, if you have ordered or if you are planning to order, we want to make sure that you have registered for this campaign in order to receive your items.
Dr. Mack, could you just briefly describe what those supplies entail for everyone?
Yes, we have posters, and some of you may be familiar with items we've had in the past, but we have posters for you. We have also included our 10-year anniversary logo on that poster. We have stickers that are available for you to share with your students. And then we also have our Ask Me buttons that staff can wear to promote the event. All right, so we have listed some of the colleges that have already agreed to participate for this year. This is not a final list, but we wanted to at least share some of the schools with you. As it gets closer to the date, we will send you a finalized list along with the waiver codes and contact informations for the university representatives. We also ask that at the completion of the campaign that you submit your data to me. It's 3 simple questions. I need to know the number of students that you or seniors that you currently have, the number of seniors that participated, along with the total number of applications that were submitted. And we also have a sample template that you can use to keep up with your data. And I'll also send this out as it gets closer to the date. I'll send it out with the college information.
Thank you, Dr. Mack. On this page, we have provided you with links to the Alabama Goes to College Educators Toolkit, which will be provided to you by email. And it includes letter templates, media advisory and press release templates, social media graphics, examples of what schools have done in the past, and correspondence templates when engaging with volunteers. We have also included the Site Coordinator Resource Manual, which will provide a thorough overview of what needs to be done to implement a successful campaign. And lastly, we have included the American College Application Campaign link, which explains the ACT's initiatives that are being done nationally. Now, let's look at the Educators Toolkit. This link will take you directly to the Google folder with multiple resources to assist you with the campaign. They're broken down into the following categories. 2023 Why Apply Day. There will be digital assets, general information, planning, press, print assets, and volunteers and influencers. And you'll be able to access this link once we send the PDF out with a follow-up email, but then it's also located in the Educators Toolkit on Alabama Possible's website. As far as student resources, there's also a student and family guide that will be very helpful to your students. And we ask that you feel free to share that widely. In addition, we have also included the link for the American College Application Campaign. Now, we do want to remind you that we do have a help desk for educators, students, and families to feel free to either give us a call or text us. You can reach us at 334-316-6155 on weekdays during business hours. And also, please feel free to send your students our way. Now let's look at the Common Black College Application. The Common Black College Application is a platform that students can use to apply to more than 65 HBCUs. By using the promo code APHBCU 2024, students will be able to have their application fee waived. Also, we ask that you only share the promo code with your students. Now, at this time, we'll take questions. We're asking that you put those in the chat so that once we do see them, May will be able to answer any questions that have been included thus far.
I don't see any questions yet, but just to direct everyone to the chat, Dr. Mack has included the link to the Google form for supplies. I have one request to go back a slide, so I'm doing that now. Just to reiterate, Alabama College Application Week is a dedicated week where students can apply to colleges around the state of Alabama, as well as colleges in neighboring states completely for free. And then separately from that, and this is a year-long opportunity, we have free access to the Common Black College Application. So like Yoruba mentioned, students are able to apply to more than 65 HBCUs for free. And this is an opportunity specifically for Alabama students. That's why we ask you to only share it with your students. So just as a reminder, this is a year-round opportunity compared to Alabama College Application Week, which is just one dedicated week. Let's see, someone asked, is the Common Black app code live now? It should be live now. If I'm incorrect, please feel free to come off of mute, Yoruba or Manisha, but I believe the Common Black College application code is available now.
Can I make one statement about the promotional items? If you picked up yesterday, you did not get your stickers. They will be in this week. So hopefully they'll come in on time, and everybody else that picks up next week and the first week of October, your stickers will be included.
And Denise, thank you for your question. The code is for all Alabama students who are interested in applying to an HBCU. So any Alabama student can use that code. And then Megan, how do you register for supplies? You'll use the link that Dr. Mack dropped in the chat. It's a link to a Google form. And then we have one question, will the Common Black College application submit one application to all 65 schools? Essentially, that is how it works. The student submits one application and then they do some follow-up tasks with the individual institution. But this is a way for them to apply for free year-round to HBCUs, so they're not having to pay that application fee. But it's one common application, and then there are follow-up tasks that the student does with each individual institution they're interested in enrolling in. If you have more questions about that for a specific student, definitely feel free to call our help desk line.
All right, thank you, May. Let's look at some of the items that we have for Save the Dates. At this time, Dr. Mack will share some information about the Behavior, Attendance, and Foundational Wellness Learning Summits. The dates that we have coming up will be September 26th in Huntsville and also September 27th in Birmingham. Dr. Mack, if you would elaborate on that for us, please.
Sure. So some of the topics that will be covered during this summit are behavior, mental wellness, health and wellness, and then attendance. There will also be some self-care sessions that will be provided. So it is for counselors if you're interested in attending, and this will also be one of the locations if you are in the Huntsville or Birmingham area where you can pick up your college application materials. Put the flyer in the chat as well.
Thank you, Dr. Matt. Also, a quick reminder why Apply Day is this Friday. So if you would make certain to really be excited this Friday, share this information with your students. And then the last item will be that the Alabama Counseling Association's Fall Conference will be held in Birmingham from November 15th through the 17th. Now we're going to ask a few more poll questions that will give us feedback on today's presentation. We encourage everyone to participate, but especially high school educators need to participate to receive professional development credit. Your answers to these questions will not be shared with anyone. And May, if you would go ahead and deploy those and then let us know when you want us to move forward to discuss how our educators will be able to access professional development credit.
Absolutely. So we have our first set of questions launched. Just so you know, we do have a second set of questions after this, so don't log off just yet. So we have about half of folks who've responded so far to this first set, and I will keep you updated once we have almost everyone responding. Thank you.
Hey, May, there's another question. I work with a talent search program. The schools that I work with are not registered to participate. Could I get a kit from my students?
Is this for campaign materials?
I think so. Alicia, Ms. Crosswhite, will you elaborate on that? I think it's for the kids, but. campaign kits.
And while we're waiting for clarification on that, I'm going ahead to launch the second set of poll questions.
That's right, Dr. Mack. It's I would like stickers and school materials.
Can you tell me what schools, and maybe we can encourage them to register?
All right, thank you so much for your feedback. For our high school educators to claim their professional development credit, you must visit the link and enter the following course number and section number. We will make sure to share this information with you again in the follow-up email. If you have not registered via the website, you will not receive your professional development credit. Now, we're also asking if you all would continue to stay in contact with us. And that can be done either by email at algoestocollege@alabamapossible.org, or you can follow us or go to our website, which is alabamagoestocollege.org. And feel free to also follow us through social media. But more than anything, we're asking that you would just stay in contact with us either by phone call or text in case you have any questions that you need to inquire. So more than anything, we want to thank you so much for spending this time with us. We really enjoy you all participating, and we hope you have a great rest of your week.